back to Coffee and Chaos. I'm Alina, your host. Tom.
Hello, everybody.
Don't act all sweet 5 seconds because I
I'm
was about to
sweet
kill
all the
you.
time.
Oh, I was about to kill you.
Can you
5
say it
seconds
in
ago.
Croatian?
Can you say it? Wait, you're not
No.
Croatian, are you?
I have Croatian blood.
What else do you have?
Spaniard
And
and Welsh.
okay, so that is your homework. You got to figure out how to say hello in some of your native tongue.
Mm.
Because Trina,
Talofa.
hi Solomon.
Hi.
He's like, I am not figuring out how to say it in mine.
I don't have any native tongue. I'm
But
speaking.
you're
my
half
native
though,
tongue.
right? You're half.
Oh, yeah, it's
Filipino?
Yeah,
no,
so you
not
could
a quarter, not half.
Well, you're still Filipino.
Yeah, my mom's half.
We're gonna find out for the two of you what it is, and we'll get back to you guys.
Mm-hmm.
We're gonna do our homework. I'm gonna ask Lisa, my little Filipina,
You little Filipino queen.
Mm-hmm. I have to
Regroup.
I have to regroup because Tom just threw me off. Started
Blame it on Tom.
Started a whole fight before
Were you guys fighting?
Well, it's like me trying to tell a boy how to pee. I can't tell you how to pee because I'm not a man. So when men try to tell us about childbirth and our bodies, it just
He was talking about
Exercising
in his defense,
and how to develop certain
exercise.
strength in certain areas and how to correct posture and how all those things are linked.
Wait, hold on. Posture never came into
Well, no, but that's what we didn't get into that conversation. I didn't need to go that far, but I know about all that stuff.
And they're
So
established
for somebody to tell me that about some of the stuff that I know about, and
But
I'm
you're
in
not
that
a woman
field,
and you've never had babies. And that affects the babies in the area.
but it doesn't matter if I haven't had a baby or I haven't done that to work out with other people that I've seen successfully develop this and have great success and everything, and tell me that it doesn't happen and be like, oh, then I'm blind.
But here's my
Then I
point.
must be blind.
You are. But here's my point is it can happen to a woman, but as a whole, you're generally speaking for women in general, there's unicorns and everything. So maybe the few women that were able and blessed to have that, but because believe me, in my culture, we're not blessed with that. But that is not the topics. But I actually think we're going to have to bring two girls on and they're going to have to argue with you.
Sure. But then they're going to have to be willing to do when I put them through a workout and really do it.
Oh.
And let's
Girls
do a
that have
training.
done it before?
And let's see if you can really handle
No,
it.
two girls that are thin and have had babies, but that whole bottom part of your area doesn't go back. Like, you know, when your hips expand because you have kids, your hips don't go back no matter what you do. Your whole body changes when you have kids. So for a man to say, oh, you could fix that, or oh, you could surgically, yes, we're not talking surgically at all. Tom's saying eating right and exercising. And out of 5 women, maybe 2 of it can happen, or maybe even 3.
Mm-hmm.
But it's not going to happen with all 5.
I'm saying that based on doctors telling me that because of certain situations that I've already talked to them about how you strengthen those areas down there. Most people can get abs and make themselves look like, hey, you got abs, but that doesn't mean that your lower part of your abdomen is strong and your lower back is weak, right? So you still have a problem with your posture, and you can have pelvic tilt problems, and there's a way to strengthen that areas. And it's the same; those things cross over same with the woman to strengthen that lower part of that belly that they're having a problem with. It's not very easy to do.
Yeah.
Like, it's not going to happen overnight, but it's the same thing like just correcting your posture. For somebody that was slunched over for such a long time, it's not going to happen today. But if they started to pull their shoulders back, if they started to press that pelvic tilt, and they worked on and strengthened those Kegel muscles that they talk about and other muscles with the hip flexors and stuff like that, they can strengthen that and straighten it out. And this is from chiropractors and doctors that I've worked with that are telling me these situations. So that I believe in and I've seen it happen, so I know that it can happen, but we're not focused on that or know how to work it out, the average person. I've been working out for 35 years, and I didn't know all the stuff I know about that. So obviously, I'm sure there's a lot of them that think, hey, I just never knew how. But just because they're not educated on how to do it, that's all, Yeah. So to be that it can happen, absolutely can.
Bring your skinny girls on. so
I'm
they
going
can talk
to.
with him.
But
Yeah.
what we were also talking about two big things. He was talking about like the right below the tummy. I was talking more the actual vajayjay area.
Okay.
But
That's
they're all interlinked when there's a few different exercises, things that, and the same thing for a man that needs to be strengthened down there. But we don't get into all that, why he needs to do all that.
I was like, I don't think women care about that. Like,
Yeah.
anyways.
Or men might. We got other than just women watching this program.
Yeah, but I don't think like and what I mean by that is, and this is kind of we'll get into our topic. Women, we've said this before, men are visual, women are not. So we don't look, you're like, hey, you're a little chubby down there. Like, that's not looking good. You should do some sit-ups. We don't care.
But the sit-ups is not. It's when it starts to affect your life and the way that you move and the way that you operate and everything else that hurts you and everything else that you're not able to do because of that, right? So it's not always just a certain kind of a look. It's like, how do you perform? How do you, in all kinds of different areas
You
of
mean
your
just
life.
being healthy
Oh,
overall?
heck yeah, man.
Yeah.
Heck yeah.
Yeah.
And
But
I'll be
that
honest
even-
with you, people are not, when they say that, hey, I do da da da, I don't know how many times people say, and I'm in the gym, and then I'm over there and I'm seeing you on your phone for half an hour and you're not doing what you, and then I go somewhere with you and you're eating this shit and you're eating that, and people are acting like, oh no, I'm giving 100. Let's follow that person for a month and let's see whether they're giving 100. I'm going to call bullshit on that to the majority of the people.
That's from your trainer mindset, like trainer slash
That's
coach.
yeah, and that's just reality, because there's very few people that do it to that degree, including myself, so I know where I'm slacking. Now I don't lie to myself though, acting like I'm giving 100 when I know I'm not.
Mhm.
Oh, so that's just what bothers you is when people are saying they're giving 100, but they're not.
They're not.
So if you met some girl and she's like, I go to the gym 3-4 times a week, I try to eat healthy, but I'm probably right now in my life only giving it a good 70-80% because I have all this other stuff. Then you're like, okay, at least she's being honest and she's not trying to.
Because life happens, right?
Yeah,
So you can't, just like we talked about earlier. Well, Tom, what are you doing? Oh, I've been doing 2 jobs. I can't give 100% to this, but that's about life and being a balance. There's a constant juggle. Sometimes I have a bunch of time to do overtime and I'm all about career oriented. Sometimes it's like, hey, you know what? My health's kind of get affected. I got to focus over in the hill. Sometimes my family needs me and I need to stop what I'm doing to focus on them, not work out so much because of what they got going on. So we constantly have to move and adapt to whatever is going on in our lives.
Yeah.
So as long as
you don't get 100 on every single topic.
So as long as somebody's just honest with you about it and not trying to fool you, even though they're fooling themselves.
fucking lying to themselves. It's the same thing, even like when my kids would work out and then we'd go and then they would, and I'd watch them practice and I'd be like, really? I know you weren't giving no 100 out there. Don't try to come over and act like you were like, when I watch you jog.
Yeah, I'm sweating. Tired. Did you see me
I watch you jog the last 5 reps. Like, don't tell me. Like, so I'm all about, don't be giving me that full bullshit, You want me to show up for you 100 and, Dad, I need these cleats. Dad, I want this. Dad, da-da-da. And then, but you're not showing up 100 for yourself? What?
Yeah.
What the hell? No. I don't think so.
Would you say that that's one of the good things that they're going to be able to look back and say, like, he never let us give up on ourselves. He was always pushing us to be better, to do better.
Well, my son Joe, brings it up to me now, and he was like, Dad, it's crazy. He didn't say it before. I wish you were hard on me. I go, you weren't saying that before. He goes, but now I realize what you were doing, but I couldn't see it before. I didn't know, Dad. I was just a kid. And now I'm a young man, and I know what you were doing.
Your older son.
My oldest, my second oldest, my 27-year-old son, so, he knows that that's what it takes to build up a man. And you got to have some kind of, tenacity. You got to have some endurance. You got to have some, these things that it's going to take you to, get through whatever you got to get through in life, man. So,
well, kids don't see it, right? They don't see it till they're older. We didn't see it, right? We didn't understand it.
They don't see it until it starts to help them with what they're
their own
doing.
lives.
That then they see it like, oh, it paid off. Like, oh man, I'm able to do this because of whatever they prepared for, whatever sacrifices they made earlier on to prepare them for this particular date.
I have a question for you.
Yeah.
Let me make sure I'm saying this right, because you and I kept getting it backwards earlier. Is the squeeze worth the juice?
Is the juice worth the
Oh,
squeeze?
see?
Wow. Going back and forth
Wait.
didn't help.
Yep.
No,
So is the juice
no.
worth the
He's
squeeze?
got me all discombobulated. I literally think if I just punched him once, like just got it out of my system.
No, you just need to visualize it. Think about it. The juice comes after the squeeze.
Well, that's what I'm. So okay, so I was saying.
So is the juice worth the squeeze?
is
You
the
were saying,
juice-
is the squeeze worth the juice?
Oh, I think I was thinking, is the squeeze worth the juice that's coming out?
Yeah.
Because you're squeezing, so you're working really hard for what you're gonna get.
Yeah.
But how are you saying it? You guys are saying
Is
it?
the juice
Worth
the squeeze? Yeah.
So like
it's the same
whatever's
thing.
coming
It's the
out.
same. You're just saying
So
it
yeah,
opposite.
so is the end
Yeah.
result worth the hard
Yeah.
work that you put in?
I think in a lot of things we were talking about this, whether in your relationships with your kids and the relationships that you have, what you put in, whether it's your job, right? You work at a job and you're like, you've been doing all this extra stuff for your job. You want to get the promotion and you go above and beyond. And guess what? They give the job to somebody that don't even work in there. They bring them right from the side. And like, you're just thinking, what? Everything that I did, why would I do it anymore? Why am I going to keep on putting all this output for one, if it's not good enough, two, if it's not reciprocated, and three, if it's not valued? I'm pulling it off the table.
Mhm.
You don't have access to it no more. In a relationship, in work, in your kids, what are you're gonna output? You're gonna call me on such and such a date, see how I'm doing, and then like it goes back and forth. We have a relationship. I get it. We are, the tail doesn't wag the dog. We're the parents, so we got to try to set the tone and stuff and a lot of stuff with our kids. But hey, they still have a responsibility too.
Yeah.
So you didn't always feel that way though, right? So before you probably were just kind of went with the flow, like however
I
you were
think
feeling in the moment.
I tried to prove my value all the time.
Mm.
And even I see it happen in, a lot, in relationships or whatever. You're trying to try out for the position of a particular job. I'm at the interview, and you're performing, saying, "Hey, you don't see my things," but now I'm tired. I'm just tired. I'm not giving it to nobody no more. Matter of fact, sometimes Tom, are you dating? You're single? Yeah, I'm single, but I'm not dating. And I pulled myself off the table.
Off the market.
Off the market.
I am not on the market, Tom.
I'm not on the market because what I'm seeing,
Mhm.
what my output, and also
Maybe that's the better way to go.
also what people say and what they do are two different things. So people, when they say, "Oh, thank you very much. I really appreciate it. I value that." But their actions say something totally different.
Mhm.
Your words mean shit to me.
So do you think maybe because you put so much squeeze into it, the aftermath, which was finding out that these people were not worthy of your time or your
Yeah.
efforts, made
Sure.
you feel like, forget it, I'm not going to do this anymore. So obviously now, while you're off the market, maybe will be the time that you're reflecting on these things,
It
and then
doesn't
someone
mean-
will come in your life and be like, I'm
And that's
ready for
cool.
you to, I'm ready to give you the juice.
And that's cool, but it doesn't
Squeeze me, Tom. Squeeze
it doesn't
me.
mean that it's pulled off the mark totally. It just, I have a very few and select people that it's going to be given to, right? It's very, like we've talked before, that only have the top clearance. The people that are reciprocating back what I give them, the people that are valuing what I give them. And, so if they're doing that, and the people that, I forgot what the other one is. Anyway, so if that's being, then hey, we're good, right? But I'm not just going to be, before I looked at people like, hey, you're just not there yet. I know sometimes people say, Tom, you run your life like this, and you're disciplined and you have goal oriented and you go, and you're nonstop. And people sometimes are intimidated by catching up to that speed, because you're at this level.
Mhm.
And I would look at people like, hey, it's just because you're uneducated. You just don't know about that yet. You could do it too. I'm looking at the positive part of it. Come on with me. Let's go.
You're
right?
just hopeful.
I'm hopeful to them, but I'm not arrogant, and I'm not conceited, acting like I'm better than anybody.
Right.
So I would try to look at it at a different point. And somebody brought it to me and said, hey, Tom, they're really not able to. Some people aren't capable of getting to that. And some people are just not willing. Some people are not capable, but some are also not willing. Yeah. And you're giving them a shot at being somewhere they're just like, oh, hell no. So you're trying to invite them on your team, and they're like,
some people are okay where they're at. They're okay being mediocre, and there's nothing wrong with that.
Yeah.
That's them. And
that's okay.
Yeah.
But don't say that you're going after this and you're just trying to grow and you want to live and you want to become better and you want to do all this stuff, but you ain't applying none of that stuff. Yeah. You're just trying to tell me like, hey, I'm trying to get in shape. And I'm like, hey, you're really? Like, well, what are you eating right now?
A donut.
Where are you doing this whole week? Like, how many times have you exercised? How many times have you stretched? How many times have you got proper rest? Like, are you doing the things in order to really say that you're going down, even in your life? How are you dealing with situations that come up in your life that are you really growing? Or are you doing the same dumb shit you just freaking did the last freaking so many years?
Yeah.
Sounds good.
You're going to hold these people that you're referring to accountable.
Yep. You know what? Big time.
Yeah.
You want to come mess with me?
Yeah.
Like, then you're going to be held to a certain way.
But you're not talking about just girls. You're talking about
anything.
Girls, them too.
Family, yeah.
Girls too. And so like some people will say this, like, okay, let's say I date a girl and they say, you know what? You're not just dating that girl, but some people say you're dating her past. You're dating every bad thing that happened, time she's got let down. So now she comes out and goes out with you and she's testing you in areas to see if she's safe again because she already got let down here. She got let down there. And that's just a general thing that people do. That's a survival technique, right? And so, but on the flip side, you would say, hey, Tom, that's not fair to do that to the next girl. Treat her like the last one. Like you need to give 100. No, I don't. I don't need to give her 100. Because guess what? Newsflash, ain't nothing fair in life. Yeah. So if it's not fair to her, I'm sorry.
Yeah.
But even the Bible, right, teaches us that when the Lord gives us something, he give you what he gives you. And then when you're faithful and just with that, he'll give you more, right? Same thing with a person in a friendship. If I trust this woman or I trust a friend with this, and then he does great and he, is there for me and she's there for me and whatever, then you're like, hey, man, even when we have little kids, when they're little and they're growing up, you're like, hey, I wonder if he can go get the milk out of the refrigerator to give it because I got to feed the baby the bottle, right? And he's only 3. Josh, go give me the milk out of the refrigerator. Okay, Dad. And then he does good. Then you might say, all right, hey, can you go in the other room and get me the diaper bag? Like you start giving him little things that challenge him and he does well with that. And then that's part of it. And the same thing in a relationship, same thing in friendship. I hate to say it, but it's like almost you're being tested on all kinds of little avenues. We always are. And we don't like to hear that. Some people are like, oh, no, it's not a test. No, it is. Because anything that I do to anybody, if you seen me, you knew that I got a particular car and hey, Tom only, man, he bought it from another friend for $2,000. And then our another friend needed it. And that was his really good friend. He's like, hey, man, I'll sell you this car for $8,000. I just got it right now the other day for $7,000. You'd be like, this lying motherfucker, right? You would know that I'm a liar and you would know. And so I'm being freaking judged or I'm being evaluated in a certain way. Everything I do and say, So right back to that. So that's how, hey, I'm sorry. I'm wherever I'm at, wherever areas that I've been let down, wherever areas that I feel my efforts have not been valued or whatever, they're off the table now. Now, well, maybe that's not fair to that next person. But hey, if you're really serious about me, show me what's up, and you can earn that spot. But you ain't just going to be given that spot.
Do you hold yourself accountable for some of that? Meaning, in every relationship, not kids though, because I feel like kids, we always give more than the kids do because we're the parents, right? But in a friendship or family or even a relationship, do you ever say like, shame on me for giving more than I should have because I knew that person wasn't worth it or that person didn't value me, but I kept trying to be like, hey, let me do this and they'll be happy. Let me do that and they'll be happy. Or let me try to do something so that they'll acknowledge that we're good. Because I found in this last few years that was me with my family. And I had to accept my accountability. Like, shame on me for thinking if I do this, I'll please them. If I do this, I'll please them.
Mm-hmm.
And this last thing, I thought, let me solve the family's problem. Let me bring my grandma home. Let me take care of her. My aunts who I've idolized are going to love me. My mom's going to be happy. Boy, that was a slap in the face. So now I'm like you said, now I have boundaries, right? Now I'm like, nope, shame on me. I take responsibility for assuming that I went out on a limb, everybody would be happy.
Mhm.
But now I'm like what you say, like you no longer have
Don't have access to
don't
me.
have access to me anymore
Yep.
because I was trying so hard to get their approval, their that a boy kind of a thing, like we love her, we did this. And when you didn't get it, then you just sit there for like a failure.
Well, you want to know you're
Yeah.
on the right page of whatever you're doing is good for everybody around you, or else you like, what's the purpose? And it's not necessarily all the times to get validation. I just like, hey son, with me helping you with this, or like, is it good? Are
Yeah.
you happy? Are you going where you need to be? Like, so everything you're doing, you're testing to be like, hey, like, because sometimes us freaking, especially us dudes, are dumb, man. Like, do you like this, what I'm doing for you? And because you think you
Yeah.
might be think, oh, she's going to be ecstatic.
Yeah.
No, she might not be.
Yeah.
Yeah. And that's what I'm saying. Like, there's parts in relationships that we have to say, okay, I gave so much thinking they were going to be happy. But so moving forward, I now know, like you said, maybe in a relationship, when you started dating somebody, you gave your all because you're like, hey, this is easy. This is cool. Like, let me get her this and do that. And the whole time she wasn't.
I just thought being 100 was a very valuable trait, and being no matter what all the time. But
being true to
the
who you are.
truth is, it's not necessarily valued all that much all the time. You're not necessarily going to get that reward all the time, even if, and you think, man, like I thought the good guy would win like all the time. No, not at all. So you see it, and then another good example is like at work. You see a guy works hard, they're on time, and they bring some younger kid that took his position when he was been there with the company 20 years, and he's been great for everybody, and then it doesn't always work like that.
Yeah.
So you give and you're just like, wow. So you're kind of like,
What I've seen in the dating era for our age, just our age, there's more and more divorces, but it's because I always go back to social media and the phone. That's my thing but I see it like a lot of my friends like the toxicness, the ugliness. They like the bad boys that, like, you do know he cheated and hit his wife. That's why she left him. Oh yeah, but that was her fault.
Because now
was it?
Well, because now there's a chase. There's you have to do something to earn that. If the guy just gives you everything carte blanche, like here, you're like, it's just there. Like they're not valuing the same. Like if a man's worshiping them, they don't care to lose it because they already have it all. So it's not the same value that they're given to that. So you get a guy, let's say for instance, the guy like, oh, the guy that whips her ass, she doesn't call the police on him, right? But the guy that's a good guy, she calls the police on him and then lies and says that he hit her. And you're like, what the fuck is going on here with society and what's going on? The other part of the social media is the fact that everybody is kind of non-intentional and they're kind of just floating about, and they kind of hit this girl or that guy hits, but whatever, it's guys, girls, and they're text them and, oh, I haven't talked to her for 3 days. I talked to this other chick over here and I talked to this one, and they're kind of all floating and they're all just playing and nobody's as invested because for one, they don't want to get their feelings hurt. So now they're out there on all these limbs everywhere.
Yeah.
And then, yes, unfortunately,
No, I believe you. I totally believe
just
you.
the way it is.
But
man.
I'm just saying that scares me. Like,
But that's the way it is. And now, but you're doing, and then when people are too invested or too serious, oh, wait a minute, that like is kind of shocking. Like, oh, wait a minute, it's too much for me. I don't want all that right now. I kind of like to float around, and I like to don't be so like, you're holding me accountable to a certain thing, and I don't want to be held accountable to this thing. I still trying to figure it out, whatever they're doing, and that's because of the whole feeling, the whole aura, everything's like that.
Aren't you happy you're married?
I mean, I am glad that I'm don't have to
do all that.
Try to figure out, like, not that this is what you guys are doing, being single. Like, I'm thankful that I don't have to be out there and scope someone out or figure them out. Because I mean, I've said this before. I think God forbid anything happened to my husband, I don't want to do anything
again.
over
I don't think
again.
you would.
Yeah.
I don't. Yeah, I don't think
Um,
Trina would.
Yeah, but in regards to what you were saying earlier, like unfortunately, I didn't know what putting my whole 100% in anyone or anything was, even including myself. Like I was seeking validation in my relationships. I was seeking to be accepted in my own culture. I was seeking to like um, make people in my lives happy with who Trina was.
Mm-hmm.
And it wasn't until now, being 50, like within the last 10 years, I would say, like, just because being able to be sitting with yourself and God and learning about who you are spiritually, mentally, emotionally, physically. Now I can say, like, okay, well, he's happy with me. My husband's happy with me.
Yeah.
You know, the people in my life, I'm I'm good with.
Yeah.
We're all content. Like, but way back when, I don't know what I was doing.
But I think we were like,
I was accepting the bare minimum.
we were young.
So I didn't care if certain things were happening. Like you said, now you're saying, I'm not going to tolerate it.
Yeah.
You're going to have to get to me and prove to me. Like I wasn't doing that then. I was just saying, this is how I'm to be treated. Oh, okay. Well, life goes on and I'm just going to deal with whatever's being handed to me. And it's not because I wasn't being taught or I didn't know any better. So now in my 50s, now I get to learn, these things and then see and hear and learn like, the experiences and then I'm like, oh, well, like I was feeling like, oh, you should just not take it, not be so guarded with the next person, but it makes sense.
Yeah.
Yeah,
You don't
but
want to give yourself.
We always tell, and it sounds cool, like, because hey, you don't need any validation from anybody. Just know within yourself, know that you did whatever. No, you want to know that, hey, I mattered to my kids. I mattered to the people around me.
For sure.
My mom appreciates what I do. She
Yeah.
loves me. She does that. You need to know those things. So when
No.
people say that you should just know. Now, I did have a talk with God, and I basically said, like, hey, man, because of my kids, I had to know, like, you know what, Lord? You're right. Like the only one that really knows is you. And so I said, so and when I said that to him, it was like he said, I do know. So even no matter how much you tried, and you were rejected,
Mhm.
my son, I gave my son, and he was rejected too.
Yeah.
And I was like, man, so and like I do know, like you really know, like
Yeah.
you know that what my efforts have been, but you also know how it felt.
Yeah.
Like you know 100%, right? So, and I was like, wow, that was kind of like a twofold thing. And I was like, oh, whoa.
Yeah, because you talk about that a lot. You
Yeah.
talk about sacrifices and
Yes.
you know what I mean? Like
Yep.
would you go and sacrifice one of your sons?
Right? Yeah.
No, like,
Yeah.
Would you sacrifice your
Yeah.
Sethi poo? Like,
Yeah.
no.
Or I would never give sacrifice either of my kids. That's like,
But-
who's the guy in the Bible that he had to sacrifice his son and he went up there and he was going to sacrifice his son. And like right last minute, God was like, Abraham, he's like, I just needed to know you were going to do it. Like, and I know where your heart is now.
Yeah.
I would hope I'd be able to do that, but I mean, realistically, like I'm not.
You're like, let me go up
His
there.
belief,
Yeah.
his trust was so deep.
So yeah, that is just,
Yeah.
So
I just feel like now you are like you're learning to be happy with and separate all of our children from this. You're happy, like you're learning, like, okay, I'm living, I have a roommate, I can just get up and go do this, I can get to do that. You're learning your peace in a sense. You're learning to come to realization of like, yes, at some point I do want to be with somebody. I don't want to grow old alone, but you're learning to just accept you as a whole. And I'm hoping that the boys, all four of them at some point, because when whoever you marry or live with has to know that Tom comes with four boys, right? Not just one, not just two, but there's four.
They're 4 men.
Oh yeah, they're not even boys, they're four men.
Yeah.
And I feel like you're getting, we all have our moments. Cause I thought about you this weekend. I was like, when we were in Vegas, I was like, I just want him to get to a place where like you get to date if you want to date, not because you feel you have to date. Cause I'm at a point where it's like we drove home yesterday from Vegas. I walked in the house. I was like, I'm so glad there's no man here. Cause I walked in, I unpacked, I showered, and I went to bed. I was so tired. And I thought, if I lived with somebody, and this is going to sound horrible, I have to ask him, how was your weekend? You know, I'm sure that you and Mike talked, right? Like, and you have to stay up. And I think it was the time change. And then I had to take a Benadryl on Saturday. So I was really tired.
I think a lot of it comes though, like the minute I knew when my kids were grown and they really didn't like need me anymore, that was like, fuck, what the hell? Like, so you want to
Be needed.
be a plus in someone else's life. You want to contribute to making somebody else's life a better world. And if you're not doing it, it's kind of like a waste of my time. Is it just for me? Am I just thinking, hey, I need to make my life better for me? No, when I built my home and I put my barbecue in the pool, it was to invite other family and them, the babies, to enjoy. I want everybody to barbecue. I wasn't just to, let me just have it for me.
You're
And no
still
one's
gonna
going
be
to
able to
see
do
it.
that.
But I'm just saying, so
Yeah.
what you do as a person, people go and they go out. For me, I go, it's not just for me. Everything that I'm doing is so a lot of times when you have men and women, like you'll still have yourself, Alina, where you're still contributing to bettering all that, like your daughter, your grandbaby, your
Michael,
Seth
BJ,
and Michael and
Gia.
everybody and all and G. So you're still doing those things that you're bettering their life. So in a way, you're being fulfilled, you're being
Yes.
utilized, you're being
Yes.
used, right? And so if I'm this tool right here, and so to speak, God's tool, and I'm not even being used for nothing,
But
it's
how
kind
do
of
you-
like.
You think that you're not? Because you do have
I'm
a
just
purpose.
saying you could be used for all these other things and you
Yeah.
need to be, but so if you're not being utilized to your expectation or to your capabilities, right? Then
I
it's
think
kind of
Tom's the type of man, which we all know.
I would
We were sitting in the parking lot right now. We saw two guys getting out, and Trina says, "Where are they going?" It looks like they just got off work. I said, "Oh, to the bar across the street, right?" And she's like, "The bar where Tom's not that guy. Tom gets off work. Tom wants to go home to his house with his kids, with his grandbabies. Like, okay, I just got off work. I'll be there to barbecue. Are the kids there? Like, what do we need? Do I got to pick up something from the store?" Where a lot of guys want to just go to the bar, go with their friends. They don't want to deal with the women. So
I want to be tapped into my resources, my wisdoms, I want the younger kid to, hey, Tom, why is da 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 da? Hey, I'm doing this construction job. What do I do when I run into this? Like, so where I could give back, and then this kid's gonna grow, and he's gonna get more skills, and life lessons are gonna happen. And so whether it's other younger men that I've come across or my own kid, like that's kind of my mission to give back and to talk and to
You want to mentor to people.
mentor to other younger men that just need to like, hey, let me bounce something off. I'm kind of questioning this, or I don't know. And unless you have that, then you're like, I don't know, am I in a good place? Am I doing the right thing right here, or do you think I should be moving in another direction? So,
but
That
you
would
pray
be-
about that, right?
Yeah, because I was going to say that would be fulfilling for you. I feel like you're speaking something into fruition.
Existence.
Like,
Yeah.
and I have for a long time. It's like the Lord just gives you different ability, and like I've always, for whatever weird reason, like younger kids, especially boys, like will always just gravitate to me and always ask me questions, always like so. But it's sometimes if you're just going home and you're sitting there and it's lonely and no one's, you're not
Yeah.
not being used to that whole where you like not tap into like I'm right here.
Yeah.
Like hit me up, tap into this so that I'm not, I'm using it. Whatever heartache I've been through, whatever struggles I've been through, whatever disciplines I've had to do, so that they'll help somebody else. It's not just
because your testimony will help somebody.
Yeah.
And those are those people that you're referring to that need to hear it, that you don't think you're helping, but you're genuinely helping them.
So do you think it's worth it? Do you think it's worth the squeeze? I'm just gonna say that. That's
Is the juice worth the squeeze? It just it.
Well, was it prior to?
Let's just look at relationship wise, not even because for me I feel like no. Like I'm so good alone. There Tracy I think posted, and I've seen it a million times, and it said, until God comes and sits on the edge of my bed and says, my homeboy wants to talk to you, I'm not dating anybody.
Yeah.
Like it's just like I have found such peace in my house. But like Tom said, my house isn't quiet. You already know that, right?
Yeah.
Well, you don't want it to be.
No. And I would have, I
Hell no.
just don't know if dating is my, like, has God used my purpose for all the kids around me, like kind of Tom said, and maybe I don't end up with somebody. And at this point, I'm genuinely okay with that.
But maybe
because it's not worth it.
Maybe this is the time where you sit not alone, but where you are sitting alone, so that you have more time with him, and you're able to,
I'm just good within the moment with whatever I'm doing now. Like the other night, went to watch the fight with my son Saturday night, crashed out there at his house, woke up there. I didn't have to go nowhere, didn't have to do nothing, just living my, like, enjoying that particular time with him. Just be home at my house and the kids running around and, making noise. Like Larry will go, he'll shut the door. I said, no, leave the door open, man. And he's like, well, but they're running and making noise. I go, but I like that.
It's music to your ears.
Yes.
You miss
I
that.
hear, yeah, my boys would be making noise all the freaking time, right? So, and even at my house, I would shut the door at times, but, or my kids would shut the door and I open the door and I say, hey, don't keep the door shut. And they were like, why, Dad? Like, you're laying down. I said, because I want to make myself available to you. I don't want the door shut, you thinking you can't come and talk to me or can't come and bother me or can't come ask me something. But if my door's open, you can come in and crack your head around the corner and see I'm just laying there and be like, hey, Dad, what's up? What are you doing? So I keep my door open all the time. So I would just try to keep my door open. But even at the house, like, I could sleep through anything. So the kids could be playing tag, screaming, and I'll be knocked out if I want to knock out. So it doesn't bother me, over there. So in a sense, you're right. That's a calming, like in the back of my head, I
Music
could
to
hear
your
people.
ears,
I know they're there.
I need to fall asleep to, what do they call it? White noise? Is that what it is?
Oh, like the TV.
So I turned the TV on, so I got into bed last
night. But
I do. I turned it on for, usually I turn it on for 20 minutes, a half hour. Last night I went to bed so early, I turned it on for an hour. I don't even remember anything after that, but I constantly need, like, music is on in my house constantly. If I'm in the shower, if I'm home alone, if the kids are there and I'm in the shower, music's still on, but the TV's on. Like, an empty house for me personally is a sad house.
I had my apartment by myself. People were like, hey, yeah, you could have your own thing and be by yourself and go get this place all by. Hell no. I don't want to go be by myself in an apartment. Like, why?
I dropped Trina off, went straight to Lorraine and Jackie's and grabbed Emery, went home. She came over like an hour and a half. Junior spent the night last night. He's spending the night tonight. Like, it's just, and if I ever was like, hey, I'm having a date tonight, don't come up. No one's going to bother me, but that don't happen. So they're like, we're coming over. And and not only that, for some reason, when I go home and I'm home alone, I'm kind of always nervous. Like, oh, someone's going to come to the door. But it could be Emery there. And then all of a sudden I'm like, I'm her security. Mm-hmm. So all of a sudden I'm 6 feet tall and I'm going to protect us, even though, so that's why I have the two little dogs, because they notify me for absolutely everything. But I always say, for me personally, a quiet house, is kind of a sad house. And I know a lot of people, like my Uncle Eric loves his house in Colorado because it is so quiet and there ain't nobody there but my aunt there. Yeah. And that fits them. They don't have kids. He didn't grow up like that, and that's awesome. I don't know if I could do that. My dad's
by himself, and it's not. It's not. I would look at my dad in so many ways. I'm like, oh man, my dad's got his own cool little garage all set up. He's got a nice little fireplace, got a little garden. I'm like, man, this is cool the way but my dad is so, like, he's just alone, and he just grew into this way, and it's really sad, and it's.
Do you
he's
look at him
bitter in ways, and he's, huh?
Do you look at him and say, like, I don't want to be that?
I told him. I've told him. I've had talks with him, and I've had talks with him to understand why he is the way he is, and told him what I saw and why he grew that way. And one day, my dad said, "You're right. That's what happened to me." And little by little, he calloused himself to protect himself, and that was the only thing he could do. And he just, everybody distanced himself from him first, and he just stayed waiting, and nobody came in. And so he just kind of, in ways, grew hard, not realizing he was doing it intentionally, but it just happened because it was just a hurt, a way to deal with life and everything like that. But now at this old age my dad is, it's like the hope he has to have somebody and to move on. He just doesn't want to do it. It's just past him,
Mhm.
and it's sad to see, man. And I don't want to grow so comfortable that I'm so okay with being alone, because I see that happen to people, right?
Yeah.
They've been alone for so long. Like, I'm cool. I've been alone for 5 years. I got all this peace. I don't have to answer no more. And then all of a sudden they're like, yeah, now you're alone for 15 years. Now you're alone for 20. Now it's done, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I don't want to go so, I hopefully not, but for right now,
Yeah.
I'm cool just doing my thing.
Good.
And like I said, you know what, like, whoever, if God got somebody for you, they'll come around and they'll deal with whatever my hurts and hangups are and whatever walls I have
I
up.
said that.
I don't
Didn't
think you
listen
even have to
me.
think about that. There
If
and
they
if
will,
you're
if they
not,
don't,
you don't
I
even
don't
have to
really-
look.
No.
Whoever's meant to
No.
be with you will be with you, and they will
And he
find
will know
you.
who it is.
Yeah, and you won't even have to bring up the fact that, like, oh, these are the things that I expect of you, or this is what happened to me. You'll just know
It'll
by the
just
way that
happen
they,
naturally.
by the way she caters to you,
Mhm.
and you're able to open up without feeling guarded. I feel like you're just gonna feel good.
And you won't feel like you're squeezing. You'll feel like it's just flowing. Like you won't have to worry about. But I tell you that. So I try to tell Tom these things, these healthy things,
Yeah.
and he doesn't listen.
Do you
That-
listen to him?
That I do, except for certain things.
Yeah, right.
Then he calls the other day and he's like, "Well, you know what Larry told me?" And I was like, "Enlighten me." And I was like, but I've said that. And he bypasses that comment. He's like, "Well, Larry said, and I feel good. Like Larry told me that." I said, "I've been telling you that." He's like, "No, but Larry said,"
Well, you say it differently, probably.
because I'm a woman.
No.
Oh,
I don't think
Because
it's a woman
Larry's his
necessarily.
homie, and like Larry's like speaking truth, and Larry, and I'm like, because I say it all the time, Tom, like sometimes you should be. I feel you have to be picky in all angles when you date for different reasons, right? You have to find someone who fits you. You can't just date because you thought, oh, she has a cute ass and a good smile, and that's awesome, but that cute ass and a good smile ain't gonna get you what you need. Sometimes you have to be picky. You got to flip through the pages before you buy the book, right?
no, you
When
got to be picky.
And he didn't believe me. But then Larry tells him that, and all of a sudden it's enlightening. Like, oh,
it's a whole different way he
Larry
brought
said-
it to my attention.
That's like a
Well, I
brotherhood
can't
thing.
say-
whole different.
But
Yeah,
I
I know.
can't say we
I know.
can't.
I
But
know.
that's it's like when
Yeah.
you're a dad and you're telling your kid, hey, make sure you follow through on your hit, and the kid's like,
Yep.
whatever, and he comes home, he's like,
And then the
Dad,
coach says it
coach
to him.
told me. That's what I felt
Yeah.
like. I felt like
yeah.
Larry's the coach.
I know that
You
feeling.
listen to the coach.
I know that feeling.
You don't want to listen to mommy.
No.
You think that, like, we talk about this a lot, that a lot of women we know, or maybe even ourselves sometimes, have daddy issues. Do you think men can have mommy issues? Even if your parents were like there and involved in your life?
And having mommy issues and how, like, what does that mean?
Like how she's saying that she was giving you advice and it's obviously
don't
coming
listen
from.
to
I'll give you an
Yeah.
I'll give you an example.
No,
how.
she's got
Can I
an
gi-
example.
Can I give you?
Of course,
Yeah.
it's your.
So, this is my favorite example. So I'm gonna try to clean it up because
All right.
there's a guy at work. He wasn't feeling well, and I said, "Take this and take 2 of these. Bam, you'll be done." He doesn't really have a respect for women because not a good relationship with the mom. The grandma's okay. The ex-wife is not a good relationship, so doesn't have a high respect for women. So you're just a woman. You don't know what you're talking about. So I was like, well, then keep your sick ass over there. So another guy was starting to get sick. And I said, hey, do you have, he goes, and so guy number 1 says, oh, I have those red pills she was talking about. He goes, give them to me. I want them. They make me feel so good. Da, da. And so guy number 1 goes, you took everything she said? And he goes, yeah. It worked? He goes, yeah. So give them to me. And I said, I looked at both of them. I said, you know why he took them? Because he was raised by a mom and 4 sisters, and he loves women and he respects women. They catered to him. They loved him. He thinks women are good. So he instantly, if I say, go outside and jump in the rain and do 5 jumping backs, he's going to do it because for some reason you're telling me to do it for a good reason. Where this guy who has mommy issues, you're a woman. I'm not listening to you. I'm a man. I know what I'm doing. So men that don't have good relationships with their mothers don't have a high respect for women as they're dating.
I don't think it was that at all listening to you. I think it's a whole different opposite, being that you were like already on my team, right?
I'm always on your team,
Okay, so let me tell you what
even though I want to punch you.
So you were like Team Tom, and saying, hey, and you were coming from this positive point of whatever, and I just thought you were like trying to pump me up and make me believe in, right? So I just thought you were saying it from that point, not
25, buddy.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Not from another point where it's dudes talk shit to each other. Like, he ain't gonna say it to just be all sweet to me. He's not saying to be sweet to me. You're saying to be sweet to me, I think. Like, and I'm like, I took it as like, she's just saying this, like, you're better than that. You're this and that, Tom.
Yeah.
It's coming from a sweet point. And and so I didn't really take it fully in at that point. Now, when he brought it to me and brought it a different perspective, and I was like, oh man, like, okay. And he's told me, look, I'm not saying this to pump your head up.
Oh, you were pumping his head up.
No, but he's just saying, I'm just saying when he had to break it down and just tell me, hey, I'm not saying this to pump your head up, but Tom, you do come at things very humbly. You do come at and think people that are at this point of view because you don't want to be looked at like, you don't want to act like you're better than people. But the truth is, in a lot of areas, you are. You are, and you do things in a certain way, and it's not bad, but people are just not there yet at times, and you're giving the benefit of the doubt that they are. And so when I started, I was like, oh, so I didn't look at it like, so I just looked at it different, and and maybe it was the timing of everything that I absorbed and I took it in, and I was like, whoa, but it's just crazy how I was like, oh shit, that's crazy.
It was an enlightening moment for him.
I didn't really see it. I mean, then what you said too, though, it confirmed the fact, right, of what she said. She's like, Tom, I said that to you before.
Yeah.
And I said, I know, but it was like said different and I was taking it different. So I didn't really see it. But now when he said it and other people have said it, I'm like, oh.
Like if you have to, there's a number count that people don't like to accept, right? On a scale from 1 to 10, people don't ever want to talk about it because it sounds ugly and mean. But sometimes, and let's not even talk looks. Take the looks out of it, take the body out of it, the hair out of it, the male abs or the woman's. Take the physical part out of the scale. You always say this. I'm over here working. I'm trying to make sure the mortgage is paid, make sure we have groceries. If she's just over here sitting on the couch, not doing anything, she's a 2 or 3, you're a 7 or 8. Those don't match. Those numbers don't match, right? So for me, I always say it all the time here on the podcast. I'll take a chubby guy any day, right? So he's probably not going to be a 7, 8, or 9. He might be a 5 or 6, but where he's going to be a 7 or 8 or 9 is he works a little ass off. He contributes to the house. He fixes the roof. He drags my trash cans out, right? So my point to him was like, stop looking at 2s and 3s. They're not competing with you. You need someone that's going to push you to be better and do better because that's who you are. Tom, even at, how old is your dad?
80 something.
Like 75.
Okay. Even at 75, Tom's going to be like, I got to do the garage tomorrow. We got to clean it out. The kids are coming. We're going to decorate the Christmas tree. Like, and if she's either just, well, I'm going shopping with my friends. Good luck. Or I'm sitting, that's not equivalent to Tom. He needs to find somebody who's equivalent to him. And I felt like he was getting sidetracked and not doing that. The Bible says it, equally yoked, right?
Yeah.
You got spiritually, mentally. And again, like you say, she can say, oh, I believe in God. And yeah, I believe in God. But her actions aren't that. And that's kind of judgmental because I know for me, as much as I have faith, and people have called me out on my faith, like there's sometimes I do things that are not godly, right? Because we're not perfect. But I try to strive as much as I can to follow his path as much as possible, which is I'm always following, and it is what it is. But you need to find somebody for you that fits all those categories. And the looks should be the last, but as important as it is though, because you yourself have to be attracted to that person.
We're going to put him on Love is Blind.
Ooh, we should put you on Love is Blind.
What?
No? No, Solomon?
No.
I haven't ever watched it though. I've just seen the previews. Why not, Solomon? No bueno?
Well, because what you found is that looks matter. I mean, these people have fallen in love without seeing each other, and then, they get there and they finally do see each other, and then they're like, oh. And even though they pretend like they like each other, after that, you could just see the things break down.
Oh, really? I've never watched it.
They're disappointed.
Oh, I gotta go watch it now.
There's like 13 seasons.
Is there really? I try my hardest really to not, because you and I talked about it, to not watch reality TV, because I get frustrated with it. But that might be something.
Well, and it's different ones too in different countries. So
Well, I shouldn't say that. I lied. I watch a lot of reality TV. It's documentaries though of somebody getting killed. So that's not. Yeah, that's not. I don't.
I don't watch anything like that will stress me out. You know, I don't watch anything. Like if I watch a scary movie or I watch something, I don't like, oh man, this got me all freaking.
But that doesn't stress. Like last night, I put on Dateline. That doesn't stress me out, even though
that might be you. But I'm just saying, if I start watching shit that is like, it'll get me freaking.
Well, the one thing I've learned is I can't do it on my hike. I was listening to a podcast of it's like a murder podcast, like
True
they talk
crime?
about. Huh? True crime. Thank you.
Yeah.
And I'm walking up my hill and someone's getting stabbed and some poor older gentleman walks past me and I scream so loud and he screamed so loud and I was like, I am so sorry. He's like, it's okay. But I've learned. So now I do audiobooks because I should not have been doing that on my hike. I've learned. But I can go to sleep to Dateline and NBC and all that stuff. It's 2020s. Like for some reason it's soothing. Don't ask me why.
I don't watch any TV shows that are based on true stories where people die at the end. I don't watch anything.
None?
If I know the person's going to die, I won't watch it.
Oh.
Or if it hasn't got the music and it's hyping you up and it's gonna come around the corner.
Oh, I can't do that.
It got me like, oh,
I can't do that.
I don't want to be like that.
Yeah, I can't do that.
All freaking
I can't do
stressed out,
stuff.
man. I'm like, no.
I can't do scary stuff.
I don't want
at
to do
all.
that shit.
No. I have a question.
Yeah.
If you're on this path or we are on this path or whatever. And
What path?
This path with
of life.
Wherever God takes us, like what I have Pablo. What are we gonna call his girl? Daisy, okay. Daisy.
Because she's going to be a flower. That's exactly what she's going to be. She's going to be a flower. She's going to smell good. She's going to look good. God's not going to give you the worst. It's going to be the best.
I feel like Tom's going to meet a girl that's going to be very
He's not going to be looking. She's going to find him.
She is, but she's going to be the type like, if she's on the phone, ooh, let me call her back. He's walking in. I got to feed him, right? Serves him dinner, does everything. And then he's like, I'm going to go to the gym. And then she's like, girl, I just fed him. He went to the gym. I got to clean the house. Like, I love my man, but sometimes I just want to kill him. He just does too much. Like, she's going to love that all and embrace it all, but still have fun with him. Like, like you go to the gym. I'm going to be right here. House is clean.
Daisy's out there. She's out there.
Yeah, we're going to, yep. So
and
why are you laughing?
She's not commenting negative comments either.
Oh no, I don't even those negative comments. That was
fun times.
When I saw his response to one of the negative comments, I read it and I was like, oh, I thought it was so good and I laughed so loud. I was like, I don't even need to respond. I'm just gonna. I was just like, did he just put that on there? And I never looked back again to see if the guy. It was a guy, right? Or was it a girl?
I think it was a girl.
Oh, I don't even.
If it was a guy, that was shame on him.
I don't.
No, that was a
But what I've learned is the people that are responding is people that don't have personalities and can't probably hold conversations in real lives.
Oh,
and probably pick their nose in like in kindergarten.
I was not thinking that.
What were you thinking?
I was just thinking this is the freelance. Like this is freedom of speech. They're just entitled to all it is their opinion.
Okay, so that's freedom of speech. Like
I think that's why it's stuck in my head.
I just look at people like if you're gonna go on there and because this is a podcast about love and all of our opinions, right?
Life.
It's just life experience. That's all it is. So I'm not coming up and saying factually in 1972, the Civil War started, blah, 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 right? And then somebody goes on and goes, you're a dumbass. You didn't even know it happened in 1835, right? No. So for you to come on and write a comment, you're checking him out then. Because you sat there and had to write that comment. And it's probably somebody he would never pay attention to, right?
It's not Daisy.
It's definitely not Daisy. So the comments that are on there, I just laugh like I'm not even gonna respond. Like, keep giving the bad comments. Because what did you say, Solomon? It's still a comment.
Yeah.
So for me, I read some of them. Yeah, I just read some of them and I was like, I know who I am as a person. So your opinion isn't going to affect my everyday life. For a second, I might be like, ooh, my nose is big. You did comment on my big nose. Ooh. And then that's over and done with.
Yeah.
Like I had to accept who I was years ago, right? So when they wrote that comment, I saw it.
When comments get written like that, like even before, like I'm pretty clever with my comments back. So
He was.
I get them all the time, and then they're just like, they just stop right there. You don't even hear another one after that because like, oh shoot, what's he gonna tell me next time? Like
Your comebacks are great.
my comebacks usually are pretty good. So
Your comeback game is strong.
It is. It was. When he wrote that, I was like, oh, Tom. I would have never I would have been mortified if I wrote that. Like,
and
What podcast
some of the
was this
stuff
on?
goes a lot of times.
what happened, Sullivan?
What episode were you guys on? Because I'm looking through comments.
It was on TikTok. And
Oh,
I
okay,
posted
okay.
something. And so somebody told Tom, oh, that guy looks better with his glasses on. And then Tom said, well,
I said, yeah, I look better with my glasses on, but I also look a lot better with my clothes off. But unfortunately, I can't walk around like that.
It better have been a woman.
So I am still squeezing, and the juice is great.
There you go.
so it was worth it for you.
Yeah.
Obviously.
Everything was worth.
Well, I mean, I love your husband. So, like, who doesn't?
Yeah.
Like, your husband's amazing. You were but you stepped out on a limb and took a chance. And I felt like
You took a chance on me too.
both of you did. But Mike, he's not here. So
Yeah.
we're just saying you.
Yeah.
And I feel like, because you always say like your faith isn't where it is today, but you were still being led by God. You're still being pushed in that direction.
Well, because I finally laid my life down and said, do whatever you need to do. Do whatever.
Surrendered.
Yeah. Fix me, heal me. And I'm still going.
Because Trina's way is not the way.
I'm still asking for those things. I still need wisdom. I still need strength to push through. I still need,
Because it's not, I think that a lot of
it's not all rainbows and flowers.
They think, oh, Trina's life is perfect and it's great. And it's like.
No. And I also think that I'm able to confidently speak about my experiences or even what I'm going through now, whether it's good or bad. And maybe I do speak primarily on the goodness, but it's because that's what I'm going through.
Yeah.
And because I want other people to be able to experience that too. Mm-hmm. It's not to boast, but because I'm able to praise God about it, because
I was going to
all
just
these
say
things
that.
happen because
why wouldn't you boast when God has blessed you with such an amazing thing?
Yeah. No, I'm able to boast about all these things happening because of God.
She's not boasting on herself.
Yeah.
She's boasting on God.
Yeah. But yeah, no, definitely worth the squeeze.
Yeah. I'll say that. I think up to this point, everything has been worth the squeeze, even with my family, especially like the topic I said about my grandma, because that was my grandma. I did what I did in my heart for her and God. However, moving forward, I don't even want to grab it, touch it. Wait.
What? Wait a minute. Okay, wait. We need to read.
I'm thinking about a lemon. Like,
I don't know what you're thinking about.
I was thinking of
but I want to help you right now. I'm trying to help you.
Like, I don't want to squeeze any. Sounds so horrible.
I don't know if you can edit that, or if you need to.
I would edit it by emphasizing the words even more.
No, I'm talking about like a lemon. Like, is it worth the juice? That's what we're talking. You know what? You really had a bad. This is like all bad. This is all bad.
Go ahead and suck him.
Yeah. This is you. Like, it doesn't sound.
It's your fault.
Well, when he says it, it doesn't sound.
Why is your face all red?
Because she was halfway through her sentence and realized, wait, what am I saying?
What I'm saying is today, I don't know if it's worth the effort. That's just a better way of putting it,
We
okay?
understand.
Yeah. I was trying to use his terminology, which obviously failed, Tom. Thanks a lot.
Well, yeah.
It's true. It just doesn't seem like it's worth it, man.
At this point, I don't know.
You don't have to do. If you feel like you have to do so much and it's draining and it's like, you know what I mean? I feel like that then it's not going to be worth it.
Yeah.
You got to let it be.
It turns into a job. I don't want it to be a job.
And now
I already have a job.
Yeah. And I have goals because we've talked about this before. As soon as one is done, another, like you think, oh, grandma's in heaven.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
I have, my next goal is my truck that I want. And I'm on a mission for that because your dad won't sell me his. And
he never said no. It's just there's other people that want it too.
Why do you want a truck?
I want a 1970s truck. I will run Stan over. I'm not afraid of him. I don't care if he's like 6'5". So that's like a goal. And I think that if when you start dating, sometimes your personal goals get pushed back and other things happen. So now for the first time, I'm like, nope. I'm doing my goals. My kids are cool, right? And I'm going to make sure I get this done because I don't want to be like, you don't need a truck. You're a girl. Like,
well, if that person's telling you that and it's something you're passionate about, then he's not the one.
Yeah. Well, a lot of guys, so.
Who knows? Maybe on your goal, that other person has the same thing in mind, and you might go, build the truck together.
And that's one thing I want to do. I want it just to run. I don't care what it looks like. As long as it runs, we could do the paint and the upholstery and all that stuff along the way.
That's part of the fun.
Yeah, as long as it runs, as long as I can start it and I could drive it over the bridge to work and back.
Oh, you want to drive it to?
I want to. Yeah, I want to use it as just like a
daily.
What about your new car?
That could sit in the driveway.
It's just the nostalgic of having the freaking.
Because my grandpa in Mexico had that truck, and I just think he was so badass.
I feel like she's gonna move to Mexico one day.
Well, Pablo may be there waiting. We don't know. I don't know. Right now with the cartel going off, who knows?
Pablo's in the DR.
Yeah, in the D. Okay, and on that note,
All right.
Tom, do you feel like we listened to you? Do you feel like you were heard?
I felt like today was very relaxing.
That's why I brought her.
Today was very easy. Not too abrasive. Before we came on there, she was abrasive.
Oh, I don't even want to. I'm so much calmer now. Like, yeah, I was not okay pre-recording.
Just don't talk about women's bodies.
It drives me insane when men think they know about women's bodies.
But I think we were hearing two different things because that's not what I was getting from him, but you were getting hot. And I was like, wait, what are you talking?
She was like, you are mansplaining to me.
Yeah. I was like, wait, we're teammates.
Yes,
that's not
we are
what he's saying.
teammates.
He's talking about a different part of the body. You're talking about another part of the body. Don't tell her about the body that pushed out a baby.
Okay.
Two of them.
Let's not rehash.
Okay.
Oh, okay.
Okay, well, Solomon's like,
not
we're
going to revisit that.
TikTok, Instagram. Wait, is your TikTok and Instagram back? It's back, right?
Oh, yeah, my phone is kind of working, except for with my brand new phone. The battery charged all night. By 11 o'clock, I'm at 10%. It's draining the battery. So now I got to go in to get a new phone. And I'm so upset because now I'm going to have to get new apps. Because even though they'll change my information over, that's fine, my pictures and all that.
You have an iPhone?
I have the iPhone with the iCloud. That's not the problem. The problem is my book, my
SIM card?
Social media?
No, my book to keep my hours up to par, all that. That's an app that has to be done separately. My bank, that's an app. My gym, that's an app. So now I got to redo all the shit from yours. And so they're going to say, "Well, sorry, Tom. Here's a new phone." Now I got to go back and redo everything.
I thought they had a program.
They can
copy it all.
Well, hopefully they do because I tell you what.
Do you have AT&T?
I have T-Mobile and I have an iPhone. And by the way, Apple sucks to everybody. They suck.
That's why I have Samsung.
Yeah. Well, I used to have Samsung. People would say, "Oh, Apple's the shit." No, they're not. And their customer service sucks too. So there you go.
All right. Well, so
anyways,
YouTube, like, subscribe. Yeah, I have Verizon. I love my Apple, so I don't know. We'll see. Solomon, Podcast Place, our wonderful producer.
Thank you.
Awesome.
Thank you.
Thank you for our guys' absolute everything. And comment, good, bad, it don't even matter.
And pray for your homegirls.
Oh yeah, pray for your homegirls. Don't you like that? Super cute, huh? Tom's like, whatever. Girl
He's
stuff.
like, what about me? I'm your homeboy.
Oh, I'll pray for my homeboy too.
Well, is that something specific?
Trina got him from a girl who makes them on IG.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so is there anything about like National Women's Day or month, something like that?
Oh, that was yesterday.
Okay, it was just a day.
And we had a great International Women's Day yesterday.
We really did.
It started with, we got donuts and croissants from...
I had a special croissant.
From some boys. Men. And then...
her son.
My son. And then we drove home and took ourselves out to eat. It was great.
Yeah.
It was a good day. Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Thank you guys very much. Until next time. Bye.